Hello and welcome to Surplus School. Today we're going to talk about how to get rich at a young age. If you are new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button for more life-amazing videos. Now let's get into it. Everyone thinks of different ways to earn money. Some even take part-time jobs just to quickly save. But the downside to this is that people only think about saving for later plans without thinking about the far future. They forgot to save money for retirement. But what if I tell you there are ways to get rich now so you can enjoy your hard-earned money at a young age and still have money for retirement? The first thing that comes to mind when thinking of ways to earn money is to get a job. However, if you just graduated or haven't graduated or lack experience, it may be difficult for you to find a job. Companies are really strict on who to hire because they need someone who already has the experience to help with the company's growth. Next, people think that if finding a job doesn't work, they will just start a business and be their own boss. This sounds like the answer to your problem if you lack the skills. However, like the first we mentioned, you will also be encountering problems with your idea of starting your business, like where would you get your capital? Education. Companies want to know if the employee applying for a job has the necessary skills they are looking for. So when they conduct the interview or look into your portfolio, they look at your years of experience in a certain field. They even look for qualifications like your educational attainment. They don't mind paying for more as long as you fit in the qualification and standards they set. Companies do this because they believe that they don't have to put too much effort into training a new employee if he already has enough experience. Fresh graduates, on the other hand, still need training as they are only starting to get used to working at a company. If you only finished high school, then try going to university. Many companies require their employees to be college graduates. Of course, there will also be companies that accept high school graduates, but the salary you will get will be lower too. If you want, you can also get a master's degree or even MBA. With degrees to back you up, you seem more credible and your credential will help you negotiate for the salary you want. If none of what we mentioned seems doable for you, then try to get an internship in a company. This will help you get an insight into what goes on in the corporate world before finally being employed in the company you like. Remember to get an internship from a company that works in the same field as your dream company. This is an option if the company you want to work in doesn't accept interns. But if it's the job you are after and not the company, then you can just work for free under the supervision of someone with experience, like a CEO for example. People like this have vast experience and you can learn a lot from them. Once you get the experience needed, then you can use this to prove yourself and your chances of getting hired will be higher than before. Business. Finding a job gives you money if you keep on working. But if you create a business, then that business will work for you. This sounds good, but it also has its difficulties. Businesses need money to run. They need money to pay their employees. They need money for marketing, launching products, for everything. Younger people try their startup businesses instead of applying for a job. Some started their business because they find it difficult to work at a company and want their own say in things. But with a lack of funds, launching your business can be difficult. You can choose to get a loan from banks, but they have some requirements here and you may not be able to comply. But you can try to get people to invest in your business, though that may pose some challenges too. Investors usually want to put their money in a business that is already established. But don't worry, we are here to help you. Just do these things and before you know it, you already achieved your dream and are prepared for the future as well. Number 1. Monitor your funds. A lot of people get surprised when they find out how much money they spent in a month. Sometimes they spent more than they thought they should. To avoid this, remember to keep a budget. List how much you are willing to spend for one thing and how much for the other. This way you can monitor if you're already overspending. Remember, you don't want to be spending money you don't have. Number 2. Invest. There's nothing wrong about preparing for your future at a young age. In fact, this is good because by the time you're older, you already know enough, if not a lot. You can start by preparing for emergencies by having an emergency fund. If your employer had a sponsored retirement plan like 401k, then you can take advantage of that as well. You can also open an independent retirement account if you want. You can also invest in an index fund, which is the type of investment that is designed to track an underlying index like the S&P 500 index. The return on index funds has been greater than actively managed funds. The first thing you just have to do is pick a brokerage account and invest in funds you like. Another thing is if you want to make sure that you save money is to transfer a specific amount of money from your paycheck to your investment account. And you can also automate this so you don't have to worry about your accounts. This is a win-win for your wallet and your investment account. You can make sure that you keep investing money and that you also won't be spending on money that is not part of your budget. Number 3. Learn a skill. We know you keep hearing this everywhere, but we are here to remind you of this one more time. If you want to start being rich at an early age, then you have to learn a skill. Not just any skill. It can be a skill that you love or a skill that you know will bring in a lot of money in the future. If you try to learn a skill that you love, then it will seem like an easy thing to do. But just remember that learning a skill, not because you love it, but because you know it will bring in the money, is not a bad thing at all. If you learn a skill, then that is the beginning of you creating a brand for yourself. If you learn it while you are still young, there is plenty of time for you to gain experience until you can finally call yourself as an expert. But even if you're not yet an expert, if people find out that you have been doing and practicing that skill for years, then you will be more credible. Just think of this, if person A learned a skill last month and person B learned it 5 years ago and has been doing it since, who do you think is more likely to get the job? Once you build your name and tied it with your skill, you will create your own brand and reputation. You won't have to worry about looking for work because the people who need your skill will come looking for you. Although it seems right to learn a lot of skills and you may be tempted to do this, it's much better to focus on one first. When you meet clients in the future, you don't want them to be confused about what really is your field of expertise. Saying you're an expert in one thing is much better than saying you know a little of everything, because future clients won't be looking for just one person who is just okay at one thing. They want someone who can deliver well, someone who can give them results they want. Where are you good at? You may not notice, but you may have built a brand for yourself already. Like, if people need help with their websites, do they go ask you for help because they know you know a lot about websites? This is only an example, but if you want to just build your brand around that skill, then people will already associate your name when they need help with their websites. There, you already have a brand. Not only that, but you already have an audience. An audience is necessary as they will help you get more clients. If a lot of people seek your help, the more trustworthy you will seem. And these clients, if satisfied by your work, will surely recommend you to other people. You can't just say that your audience is everybody. Who's everybody? You have to have a target audience. So, that's it. In order to get rich at a young age, you should save money and learn how to invest. You should also master a skill, as this is helpful if you really want your dream job, or if you want to be your own boss and have your own business. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from it. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching.